Hello, everyone, boys and girls. How are you doing? Mr. McAndrew here again, the math coach in Rockland. Many of you may recognize me, either being in your classroom or the hallway. I might look a little bit different because I have some beard, mustache going on now. Anyways, very excited to be here with you. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to be talking about place value, which is something that, believe it or not, won't just help you in first grade, but also in second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, even all the way up. So very exciting. We're going to start with a simple question here, which is if I write down a number, let's say the number 16, I want you to think, why is there a 1 here and there's a 6 here in the number 16? So I want you to think about that, and we're going to come back to this at the end of our lesson. So speaking of the number 16, let's come over here and let's choose something. We can choose circles or squares or butterflies or ladybugs. I think today I will choose frogs, and let's make them red. I know that's very silly because there are no red frogs, but that's okay. We'll just go with it today. So let's say that I have a bunch of frogs, and I'll put a bunch of frogs down here. And these frogs are jumping around. They're not getting too close to each other, of course, because of the coronavirus, right? So they're like jumping around. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And let's say that we wanted to count them. Okay, so we could go, oh, they're still jumping. Oh my goodness, they're very jumpy, these frogs. Jumping, 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 jumping. Let's say that we wanted to count them. We could just count them by ones, right? So we could say we have, there we go, they're all jumping around. We say we have 1, 2, 3, you can count with me if you want. 4, where's my mouse? Sorry about that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whew, all right, that took a little while, right? So we know from our game, the 10 frame flash, that there's an easier way. So with place value, you can actually take numbers and you can break them up into tens, groups of 10, and then whatever's left over, we call those ones. So let's take a look. So you recognize these up here. These are 10 frames. So let's see how many frogs we can fit into our 10 frame. So we fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those frogs are jumping, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that makes sense, right? 10 frogs because that's a 10 frame. So here we have 10 frogs in this 10 frame. Okay? Or you could say we have 1, 10. We have one group of 10. Okay. Now let's see how many more fit over here. Let's get rid of that. We got a froggy jump up here. Let's say let's count 1, 2. You can count with me if you want. 3, 4, 5, 6. So over here we have 6 frogs. So that means we have 6 left over. We can't fit any more into that 10 frame. So we can't make another 10. But we do have 6 ones. Okay. So now we're going to come over to here and we're going to record this. So we have 1 10 frame filled up of frogs, red frogs, silly red frogs. We have 6 ones left over for a total of, how many frogs? 16. Now, do you notice anything here? Do you notice anything about the 1 and the 6? So I can't hear you, of course, because this is a video, but what I notice is that there's 1 10 and there's a 1 right there in 16. And there's 6 1s and there's a 6 right there. So I wonder if that works for other numbers. Shall we try it? Let's try it out. So let's erase this. Let's erase this. And let's do a different number of frogs. So we'll get rid of these frogs. And instead of doing 16, we'll do 13 frogs. So we'll delete those. Yes, I want to delete those. Let's do 13 frogs. So we already know we have 10 here, so we don't need to do that again. So we already have 10. Okay, we have 10. Or we have 1 10. So how many more frogs do we need to make 13 frogs? If you said 3, excellent. If you did not say 3, that's okay, because if you make a mistake, remember, your brain grows. Okay, so here we go. Let's grab some more frogs. So here's another red frog, so that's 11. Here's another red frog, that's 12. And now we have 13. Okay, so we have 3 leftover ones here. So we know that 10 plus 3 equals 13. Or we could say 1 10, one group of 10, 1 10 frame. Right, here's 1 10 frame. This 10 frame is not filled up, so we don't have another 10. But we do have some 1s. We have 1 10 and 3, 3 1s. Okay, let's look if that works for our chart over here. So we're going to put in, we have 1 10 frame filled up, we have 3 left over, and that is the same as 13. So let's see if that follows our pattern. Let's see, we have 1 10, yep, there's a 1 in the 13, that means the whole 10 frame, and we have 3 1s, there's our 3 1s. Okay, I think we have time for one more quick one. Normally I would ask you to give me a number, but since I can't hear you, I will come up with my own. So this time, I'm going to leave the 10 there because we're going to just leave that there. This time, let's do 15 frogs. Now I'm going to leave, actually I'm not going to leave, I'm going to delete those. So I'm going to delete those. I click on boop, 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 delete that. Yes, delete, and now we need 15. So if I already have 10 frogs, how many more frogs do I need to make 15? If you said 5, that is correct. If you did not say 5, that's okay, because you're learning and your brain is growing. So let's put it, I'm going to put it like this. Oops, sorry. So I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 frogs. So I'll put my 5 here. So if I have 10 plus 5, that gives me 15 red silly frogs. Okay, so we still have a 10 here. 1 10. Okay, it's hard to write with this thing, I gotta tell you. And over here we have 5 1s because we couldn't fill the whole thing up. Okay. So let's go to our chart. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go to our chart. And we still have just 1 10. This time we have 5 1s. And that's going to equal 15. So do you notice a pattern here, boys and girls? Do you see that if there's 1 10, one group of 10, the whole 10 frame is filled up, you have a 1 here in your number. And whatever's left over that doesn't fill up the next one, we call those your leftover 1s goes here. So you've got 6 extra 1s here. There's your 6. 3, 3, 5, 5. All right, so your teachers are going to give you some work that helps you to practice this. If you have any questions, you can reach out to them. Be healthy, be safe, and most importantly, be kind, especially to your siblings and parents. Take care. We miss you very much. And if you want to watch this again to help you, you can do that. All right? It's great to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.